Well, airlines have been told to ration fuel after 25 million litres destined for Auckland Airport were found to be faulty. More fuel is on the way, but there are fears the shortage could have long-term implications. Before jet fuel makes it here, it's tested at Marsden Point to make sure it'll do the job. A tanker unloaded over the weekend didn't make the grade.
The aircraft engine would be compromised if we were to put that fuel into the supply chain.
None of the compromised fuel has been used, but importer Z Energy has told airlines it's rationing supply. Kath O'Brien says airlines will miss out on a quarter of the fuel they'd planned to use at Auckland Airport.
This very busy season was such a great thing, and to have to face something like this just now is just hugely disappointing for airlines.
Zed says more fuel is on the way, and at this stage Air New Zealand and Jetstar don't plan to change their schedules. Solutions for airlines include reducing aircraft weight, tech stops where aircraft fuel up at a destination along the way, or tankering fuel that's filling up with extra when flying into Auckland.
We want to change the rules to make sure that we are better prepared as a nation for any issues like this arising, and requiring more jet fuel to be held onshore to prevent these kinds of situations.
And in the meantime, hoping no one's holiday plans are grounded. Well, let's break this down with aviation commentator Irene King. Hi there, Irene. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Firstly, how serious could this situation get, especially with travel ramping up as we get towards Christmas?
Yeah, it's not a desirable time of year to have something like this occurring. But, I think the fact that it's been signalled so early does give us some hope.
OK, a little bit of wriggle room there. How does the fuel not make the grade in the first place? What do you think could have happened here?
Look, it's extremely sensitive, the measuring that goes on here. And it does sound quite strange. Apparently it's something to do with electrical currencies. And so it sounds like it's a tolerance issue. Like, I'm more familiar with water getting into Jet A1, or I've heard some sulphur issues as well. But this sounds a bit different.
OK, so various ways that the fuel can be not up to standards. So given that they're having to ration fuel, the airlines, what are the workarounds for the airlines? And, they're talking about refuelling on the way, that sort of thing. How practical are those steps?
Yeah, this is a problem that we've encountered previously. And so the airlines are pretty practiced in putting in these contingencies. So what we'll see is a lot more fuel coming in from the east coast of Australia. So they tanker that over on a normal commercial flight. So they fill the aircraft up to the gunnels, is a good technical term. Not so much the long haul, obviously, because that's a bit challenging. So what you might see is some technical stops coming into New Zealand.
Is that going to be much disruption for passengers?
Passengers might not see one little thing different, but just on those long haul flights, I've got to, they might have a technical stop, say either in Australia outbound or inbound to New Zealand over Nandi or Papiti.
OK. Hey, the government is planning to make sure that fuel stocks held here are increased. Is that going to fix the problem, just very quickly?
Not this particular problem, because this is a quality assurance issue. But if you look in the medium term, having more fuel here will assist. But the problem here is that you have to wash this fuel through. So you've got to have enough volume going down the pipe to wash the contaminants out. And so extra fuel stock is not a particular solution to this problem.
OK, so not a straightforward fix. Hey, Irene, thank you very much for your insights tonight.